Are some of these people even real humans? Some of these people in government and politics, these celebrities, even people in our everyday life, are they even humans for real? Today we're talking about the state of the world. I haven't done one of these videos where we just go and break down all that is happening from these shutdowns, canceled flights, and something that came to my mind that I'm like, I want to have a little chat with my subscribers about. We're going to get into it all, but first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, KarineAlourde Mental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. Consider this like a little FaceTime chat. And we're talking. Respond back to me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I want to first, before we get into the whole government shutdown and all of that, I want to first talk about the whole, are these people even real humans? Karine, why are you saying that? Let me tell you a story. When I was a little girl, I was about 4 years old, and I remember this so vividly and have conversations about it years later with my uncle, that I was in Port-au-Prince. I left Aguanav, Haiti, with my mom, went to Port-au-Prince before we came to America, right? And we were going to the market. We were walking the neighborhood to the market, and it was a sunny day, like a sunny afternoon. It was busy, and I'm walking with my uncle holding his hands, and we're walking on the side of the streets. Cars are going by. There's people everywhere. Haiti can be very crowded, okay? And then as we're walking, I see from a distance a tall man that's like, he looks like he's about 8 to 9, probably 9 feet tall, but really, really tall, like really tall man. And he's wearing all black, like a black suit. And he had a top hat, like a black top hat, like tie and all of that. Dark-skinned, slim man, just walking towards us, but from a distance. But for whatever reason, even that young, I felt like his focus was on me, like he was eyeing me. And I felt the tingles, the supernatural tingles of it, like, And as the man is getting closer, I'm about to say something, but it's as if my uncle squeezes my hands. He squeezes my hands in a way where we kind of understand, don't say nothing, just keep walking straight. Counted God, because this memory is so vivid in my mind, that counted God that even as a little girl, because little kids at that age, I can't even, my nephew's 5, and you cannot get him to be quiet for nothing, that I just swallowed whatever I had to say, kept a straight face, and was looking straight ahead, but at this man. And he got so close to me, so close. And when he's about to walk past, like to brush past, his 2 canine teeth came down like saber-toothed tigers, all the way down and touched his chest. I've never forgotten this. I've never forgotten this as a kid. I kind of turn around to look at him as he passed by, and he's still looking, and his teeth goes back in. And then the man just disappears. Can you imagine? But we just walked. We didn't say a word until we got to the little market, because my uncle was taking me to go buy candy, like treats for me and my sister. But my sister was at the house, and he just went with me because I like to be out. I like to walk as a little girl. And we said nothing. When I got home, I explained what happened to my dad, I believe. Good. You were silent. No one denied it. My uncle it's like, it wasn't a figment of my imagination. The teeth, he didn't see, but he saw the man. But the teeth, I saw. Guys, this is not natural. This is not natural. And this was way back in the days. This was in the 90s. So there wasn't like AI or like prosthetics. It was real teeth. And so I always think of this story because as I got older, then they started explaining it to me, and my dad would tell me stories of how people that are around us is not really people all the time, and how there's a lot of people that's around us that are really demons or fallen angels. And now the Bible says, because there's a Bible verse now that says, for my Christians, in Hebrews 13, verse 2, it says, don't forget to show hospitality to strangers, for some who have done this have entertained angels without realizing it. Have entertained angels. Angels will come in the form of men all the time. So those angels that will come in the form of men, they can take any form they want, angels in heaven, right? Because they're spirits, they come in any form they want. So the fallen angels were once like them, but full of light. When they fell, they didn't lose that ability to shapeshift into whatever form, right? So just like angels, God would send those angels that came in the form of men to go take Lot out of Sodom and Gomorrah and hold their hand and pull them. These angels will come, they can interact with us, they can lay hands on us, like touch us, etc. Just like these fallen angels that are roaming this earth. But they're not always remaining invisible. Sometimes they're out here and really people. And we see some heinous crimes and we're like, how is this able to happen? Like, these people look like they have no compassion. They're not even people. Yes, a lot of times it's possession, but this is true. So there's so many biblical evidence of God using his angels to come in whatever form, whether a spirit, a person, whatever, engage with us. That fallen angels done the same. And there's the Bible verse that tells us, be aware. Be aware because, yes, even the devil comes as an angel of light. He can shapeshift himself as an angel of light and appear to us. There's many prophets and false religions out there that had visions from these fallen angels, from Lucifer himself, that created one of the biggest religions that you know of today was from Lucifer himself, and was trying to press against this man to take him out of here. But, this man, because God don't come talk to you and you want to take yourself out. No. When God comes speak to you, you're not thinking about jumping off a cliff to take yourself out. But in this religion, every time this God will come and talk to this prophet, they would try to go take themselves out. So this demon came in the garb of light. And so I know it sounds crazy because in the West, in America, followers of the way, I'll say the followers of the way, the biblical way, a lot of them, because they're in America, they're not used, they just believe this stuff is in horror movies. And their supernatural world doesn't exist. And these things are just in the Caribbeans, maybe. Or no, this stuff happens here. Even here, there's a place in Florida, in Orlando, that's called City Walk and Universal. And my dad used to tell us not to go. And we were rebellious at some point. And my best friend at the time, my childhood best friend, she had a car and we was like, we're going to go to City Walk and just walk around and because City Walk, all it is at Universal, like people smoke, drink in there. Just not saying that if you at City Walk, whatever you watch, you go to Universal, like, Karine, I can't go there. Like, I'm just telling y'all my story, true story here. Do it in what you may, right? But my dad, it was disobedient. He told us not to go, and we went. It was disobedience. So my best friend picked myself and my sister up, and then we went to City Walk, and we were looking for parking, and could not find parking in the parking garages, none of that, right? And when we finally was about to find a parking, the tires just popped. And was like, oh my goodness. And then instantly I felt, man, it's a disobedience because we were told not to come. And here we are. And in praying, we're praying. And this man comes with long locks and he looked like a Rastafarian, Jamaican accent. And, he looks like a mechanic, but I'm like, that's not how you look when you come to City Walk. You don't dress like that at City Walk. Like, City Walk is more club fashion, right? Or you could at night. I'm talking about at night. Or more like, leisure, but not work attire, like mechanic, whatever. He looked like a mechanic, looked like he was working all day, a little roughed up, Jamaican accent, but came real straight to us and was like, oh, look like you got a flat tire. I'm not even going to try to imitate a Jamaican accent. Shout out to my Jamaican brothers and sisters. Y'all know we're sisters. We're sister islands. But, was like, we didn't have this. He had all the tools in his trunk, whipped it out, fixed the car, put the tires back and everything. And as he's putting it, this man is preaching to us, telling us about obedience, telling us that we shouldn't be here. We're too young. How old are we? All of this stuff and we're all like getting convicted, like, never again. And he's like, yeah, go home. Don't even, because now the tire is fixed. We could still go walk. It's still early. We could still go walk around and linger. But I'm like, after this, no, this is clearly God telling us to go home. Now the tire is all fixed and we're getting carpet. We're like, let's go and thank this man. I'm telling you, this man disappears. This man disappears. I kid you not. So we concluded after prayer, that was an angel. That was I don't care what nobody said. In my spirit, I knew that was an angel. He disappeared. We could not find him. He came to give us, it was like the Father just looking out. And another story, I'll share her story because it's a testimony. I won't say the name, but I have a friend who I always say, when you have kids, you as a parent, you have kids and you gotta take the kid out the car seat every time you go out. If you have multiple kids, you take in the kid. I don't have no children, but I'm around enough parents to see it could be a burden if you right there. The story is right there. You just want to quickly grab something. A lot of parents get the temptation to just leave their kids real quick in the car and I'll be right back, especially if I have eye view on you. But I always told this friend, don't do this. Don't do this because the devil is like a roaring lion trying to divide you from your children, trying to break families, trying to look for opportunities to harm children. I would constantly keep telling her because I've witnessed how I've had visions and dreams of how the enemy really is after this woman's child and is using the route of neglect, giving her a spirit of nonchalance and neglect, like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm just parked in front of this store. I could quickly go in there, was using that spirit to entrap her and look for opportunities for the children. So I would be praying and I saw some stuff that would happen, but she just was not listening. I'll tell you that. And good spirit is great mother. So she's parked right in front of the store. Goes out, leaves it real quick, like I'm just gonna grab something. And then a police officer showed up. I'm like, man, you about to get arrested well, she's telling me this after the fact, but imagine, you about to be gone. Once the police show up, see the child, it don't matter if it's for a second. You left the child in the car. Even if the AC is on, windows are down, as it always is, it's unacceptable, right? So the police officer is a female officer that comes, that's waiting. The car is right there to patrol. She comes out and she's just, oh my goodness, everything Karine and my husband and everybody else have been telling me is about to happen to me right now. I'm about to go to jail. I'm about to lose my children or, go to jail and then the children go to the father. She's about to hit the speech of her life. Like she's just panicking in her heart. And the police officer is asking her, ma'am, do you know you're not supposed to do this? Da, da, da. Yes, explaining. Police officers giving her a speech and this and that and say, you know what, I'm going to write you a warning, but don't ever do this again. This is not safe. Do you know how quick it takes, how quickly children can get kidnapped in a public parking lot? Do you know how quickly anything bad could happen? Someone could steal your car with the baby because there's been an incident where a man stole a car and the baby was in there in the car seat. He came and returned the baby back. Let me show you a clip real quick.
This car thief realized that there was a baby in the back seat, so he returned it, but it caused him to get arrested. Basically, in 2018, a 23-year-old named Marquise Hudson saw an empty car parked at a gas station with the keys still in the ignition. Since Marquise was broke and he saw no one in the vicinity, he made the quick decision to get in the car and start driving away. But that's when Marquise suddenly heard crying coming from the back seat. As it turns out, the owner of the car had left her 5-month-old baby alone in her unlocked and running car while she was inside the gas station. Now, by this point, Marquise could have easily just left his baby on the side of some random road and driven away, but he didn't. He refused to be responsible for risking this innocent child's life. So despite the cops already being on their way, Marquise pulled over at the nearest gas station and frantically dropped off this baby inside, instructing the owners to call the police. Because of Marquise's actions, this baby was soon returned to her mom completely unharmed. But by dropping this baby off at this gas station, Marquise had to show his face to the security cameras. When local cops released this footage to the public asking if anyone knew who Marquise was, Marquise's own mom turned him in. So despite the fact that Marquise could have initially gone away with this crime, he was arrested soon after and was charged with kidnapping and grand theft auto and probably served a pretty long sentence as a result.
Yeah, that has happened. So the police officer is giving my friend this speech. I'm going to give you a warning, but don't do this again. And guess what? She's like, oh my goodness, thank you. So she's quickly dropping her stuff in the trunk that she went to purchase, open the trunk to put the stuff in the trunk to close, to turn around to thank the police officer. In a split second, I'm talking about just, thank you so much, quickly putting the stuff in the trunk that she came from the store with. Turned around, officers gone, patrol car gone, not even in a distance, in a split second. She went and sat in the car no way. That was God that sent an angel to warn me. And she's never, now she's on her P's and Q's. But God in his compassion allowed that moment to happen. And we know there's so many other stories I could tell you guys, but this video will be too long. But I've had so many encounters with angels that God has sent. But I also know I've experienced demons as well that came in the form of flesh, right? And a lot of times these demons will come and be friends with you or be around you, or the person, something is off about him. It's not natural. There's been stories like that too. There's people that literally marry demons that come in that form. So you guys, this really, really happens. Now, with that said, that came to mind because as of late, I believe like Candace Owens and there's been a little war. Like I'm not into politics. Listen, I told y'all I don't care for politics. I'm kingdom minded. All right. But I do keep up with the state of the world and the brain rot garbage they're trying to feed us in politics to make us believe whatever. And one of them, there's been a war between Republicans and Democrats, right? And there's been a war specifically within the Republican Party where all the conservatives are turning against each other. And now a lot of them are labeling, especially with this Charlie Kirk situation, they're labeling people as fallen angels. They're not real people. Because when you call someone an alien, aliens don't exist. They're not real. And what sci-fi try to tell you, they're just fallen angels. But to see government officials admitting to that has been quite interesting lately.
I'm telling you, I don't even think these people are human. Like I look at Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Peter Thiel, and I'm pretty sure they're hybrid. You know what I mean? Like they just look like an Apple software that I should be able to download at night, you know, like when my phone's getting an update or something. It's something in the eyes. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I know I'm human, but I don't know if I stabbed you, if you bleed, you know, I'm not going to stab them, but I don't know if they bleed all the way. I think a battery would fall out. You know what I mean?
He was the director of air and space warfare at the Defense Intelligence Agency, and then he ran the U.S. government's UAP task force. Tells a story about how he was trying to run this issue up the flagpole and bring attention to it.
At the Pentagon.
At the Pentagon. His superiors told him that they thought these things were demons and that he was doing the devil's work by looking into it. And he's like, my mind was blown, and this is something I'm dealing with inside of the government.
Do you think demons and the devil are real?
Absolutely. I'm a Bible-believing Christian. I definitely, and I believe those could be fallen angels.
All these things could be
fallen angels.
The occult is an avenue that gives permission to the fallen angels, the demons, to invade your life. They can't mess with you unless you invite them, but you invite them through your occult practices. And the occult are basically tools and practices that people use to try to get supernatural power or secret information. So that's the whole basis of seances and tarot cards and Ouija boards. But that gives permission for these beings to invade your life.
I'm a big believer that there are like spiritual forces working on the physical world that a lot of us don't see and a lot of us don't understand and a lot of us don't appreciate. There are things out there that we can't explain. And so if another person sees an alien, maybe I see an angel or a demon. Is it aliens or is it our guardian angels? Or in fact, actively wishes us harm? What I try to do is I try to say my prayers. I try to be as good of a person as I can be. And I try to do a good job.
So y'all see, government officials, people in positions of power have been admitting to this lately. I'm like, what is going on? Something's about to happen in the world that they're prepping us for the supernatural. Because back then, before the antediluvian age, there was a lot of supernatural occurrences happening. The world believed in the supernatural. By supernatural, I mean Yahweh. It's either you believe in Yahweh or these other deities, but they knew them as gods, but they were fallen angels, but stuff would just happen. But in this modern age, atheism, due to science has created atheism. And I tell y'all, all science is man trying to explain God. They're trying to explain what is supernatural. Because you're trying to explain why I can talk, breathe, and think all at the same time. You're trying to do that through anatomy and physiology. But the breath that I have, once it is taken from me, it don't matter if I have all the parts to be a human. Once God takes his breath from me, I'm nothing. I decay. But they try to explain what is supernatural. And the natural doesn't exist because everything is spiritual. Everything is spirit. We already spoke about that. Your very existence is spiritual because you didn't place yourself here. You had no say, no choice. Check out my free will video. If you're interested in that, it'll be pinned in the comments because God has revealed that to me. Everything is supernatural. Nothing is natural. Everything is spiritual. The sooner we can accept that, the better it'll be for us all, right? So yes, there's influences in politics. Like you see people like, I'm not accusing, but when people say people like Elon Musk or Bill Gates, you see these people get into these positions of power and then make these decisions that have no kind of affection for humanity. They don't care to kill us. They don't care to inject us with these substances. They don't care to pass laws that are very tough and hard. And they have this illusion of like Christianity or followers of the way or Yahweh, but yet there's no affection in them. Like humanly, we look at like, how could you watch children starve? How could you deny? How are you monetizing healthcare for people to survive? Like even selling water is crazy to me. Selling water is crazy to me. Food that is grown freely. Like The system of money and all of these systems that were created came from the fallen angels. And I am one of those people that do read the apocryphal books. And I can give you guys a video that goes deeper into it because I got that question before. But there's been religious scholars that go to school that fell into the Hellenization of Christianity and trying to blend the way and Yeshua with other deities, Greek gods, Greek ways, and they turned everything upside down, right? And they took a lot of books out of the Bible that were in the Bible 1611. In the year 1611, the original King James Version had all those books in it. They just started taking it out, saying that you can't. And then they'll give you all these reasons. No, God, the Holy Spirit has been teaching me what to take in, what not to take in. All right? And it explains, especially in the book of Enoch, which is probably one of the most powerful, it explains how these fallen angels came to teach men divinity, but it goes into detail the process and how God was striving with men, his compassion. It shows you the true nature of Lucifer, how Lucifer's plot the whole time was to torture people. It goes so much in depth, but there's a lot of people that said there's a lot of contradictions in it. And one day, I have so many on my list, but I'm adding that to the list to do a full breakdown and how even me, because I read it once and I rejected it. And praying and fasting, God brought me back to it. God brought me back to it. And the Holy Spirit removed the scales from my eyes to be able to see and understand a lot, right? But Lucifer is very deceptive. Because I go into this government shutdown is so evil. Taking away SNAP is so evil that I had to ask myself, are these people real?
Are you an angel?
What you just said?
Are you an angel?
I'm the angel of fear.
The angel of fear. That's what.
Yeah. Those
You
who
understand
know.
what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
You understand?
Yes, sir. He who opposes us in his heart,
Do you let people know?
fear shall overtake him. Those who have eyes, let them see. And those who have ears, let them hear. It ain't for me to put it there. They know the voice of their shepherd when I'm on location. Yes, sir.
Kevin Gates admits to being a fallen angel.
I'm very, very crazy. I'm already like 3,000 years old right now. I just tell people I'm 33 because I don't age. I'm immortal. There's nothing new under the sun. My mother had sex with an angel, was born an immortal, and ain't even know it.
He wants you to believe a demon is a little creature that walk around in the room when you sleep. That's not no damn demon. A demon is the people, your family members, people.
Yeah.
They just don't like you for no reason. Because you got that glow.
Gods back in the day, which is really demons or fallen angels, how fallen angels back in the day, when they were here, they were worshipped. And then, of course, after the flood, they were chained up. And then their children, which is the Nephilim, they died in the flood, but their spirits still roam the earth and stuff. And she said that they embody celebrities today, and they get worship in that way because they no longer have bodies themselves. They take over bodies of humans. And I believe that to be true because I read the book of Enoch, and it said that the fallen angels, they have hosts here on earth. And that made me think about celebrities who are on stage and they have concerts. The stadiums are harvest energy from the crowds. And the person who is on stage, the celebrity that's on stage, is embodying a spirit of a fallen angel, which means they are possessed. And I say that because think about Nicki Minaj and Roman. Think about Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. Their alter egos are them being taken over by the entity that they are holding within their body.
When they meet me and they speak with me, they're expecting Sasha. I'm really kind of shy, and not really shy, but more reserved, and nothing like Sasha. I guess I wouldn't be very entertaining on the stage, so Sasha comes out. She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. And I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me. I knew that was going to be my coming out night.
So when we go to concerts, to us, we think we're just going to a concert to have fun, but we're really worshiping the demon that's possessing the celebrity that's on stage. The celebrity is essentially a host. So when you're singing songs and you're dancing to their songs, that's a form of worship. And then the person on stage goes, put your hands up. You're giving praise to whatever demonic spirit they're embodying. There's even a clip of Beyonce saying, put your hands up. And then she's saying, let me feel all your energy.
Every day I pray that I'm able to give y'all all of my energy. And we give it back to each other. And that's what the Renaissance
yes,
is
baby! That's what I'm behind me! We love you, Beyonce!
Like, the world is not what we think it is. We are literally worshiping demons up on stage, but we think it's just alter egos. But no, they are being possessed on stage. Go watch videos of Nicki Minaj turning into Roman. Go look at videos of Beyonce turning into Sasha Fierce. But their alter ego is essentially a fallen angel entity inside their bodies. And when we go to their concerts, we're giving them worship and praise. And it's also just made me think about Monsters Incorporated. You know how they take the screams and use it for energy? What do they say at concerts? Let me hear you scream! They are taking our energy. They're harvesting energy and using it for themselves, the entity that's inside the celebrity. Or they say, let me hear you make some noise. And the whole stadium is going crazy. Another thing about Nicki Minaj I wanted to point it out is that when she first came out, I'm like, why is she talking like a boy? Like, she'll do the deep voice, you know? I'm like, I wasn't too fond of it. I'm like, why does she do that? You know, she goes low in her voice. But that's Roman. And I didn't know she had an alter ego until not too long ago. But that her alter ego was Roman, and Roman is a boy. Had some videos of her talking about it. And that makes perfect sense. And even in that one song, something about Dungeons and Dragons, she says that she's not Jasmine, she's Aladdin. Me personally, I would never say that I'm Aladdin. You know, I'm a girl. But if I was taken over by a little boy, I'm sure that would happen.
Check out this interview with Nicki, who's talking about a demon named Roman that has possessed her.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me, and he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage. So he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
Yes, they're real. They're possessed. A lot of these people are in secret societies. They're in the Order of Malta. They're Masons. They're into skulls and bones and all of those. And they have an agenda. And they do not care. They do not care what is going on. And it breaks my heart because people are literally starving. And flights right now, airports, I wouldn't recommend anyone travel.
I've never seen anything like this.
Nearly a month in, emotions raged on the Senate floor.
People should be getting paid in this country. And we've tried to do that 13 times. And you voted no 13 times. This isn't a political game.
Republican leader John Thune sparred with New Mexico Democrat Ben Ray Lujan.
When you're in the majority, you meet people.
Lujan introduced a bill along with Senate Democrats to fully fund nutritional programs like WIC and SNAP after the USDA said it would not tap into a contingency fund to extend benefits.
That's the garbage the American people are tired of, the political this, the political jostling, all of that. We got people that are going to go hungry. This has never happened before, y'all. There's a better way to do this.
13 times people over here voted to fund SNAP. 13 times they voted to fund WIC. My aching back. Finally realized this thing has consequences.
Pressure is intensifying on Congress with several key deadlines converging. Friday, troops are due to be paid. Saturday, food stamp benefits expire for more than 40 million Americans. And that same day, healthcare premiums are set to increase when open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act begins.
We need our Congress to be there for us.
In food lines around the country, some say relief can't come soon enough.
You're always like on pins and needles watching the TV, the news, to see, okay, are they going to open this back up?
The administration is expected to cover military pay again tomorrow, but here on Capitol Hill, many congressional staffers are set to miss their first paychecks while lawmakers are still getting paid. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the shutdown could cost the U.S. economy between $7 and $14 billion.
Chaos at the nation's airports as thousands of passengers wait for hours to go through security checks. Flights are being delayed across America. The longest government shutdown in history means that TSA agents and air traffic controllers are not getting paid. Up to 80% of them are taking other jobs to make ends meet. If the shutdown is not resolved, those delays could spill over into the Thanksgiving exodus, ruining the holiday for millions.
It's a perfect storm, and it could be disastrous.
Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy is warning that air traffic controllers will be told this week they will miss another paycheck, leading more of them to stay home.
A lot of them can navigate missing one paycheck. None of them can manage missing two paychecks.
There's already been a brush with disaster. A Delta flight with 300 passengers was 125 feet from landing in Boston, just as a commuter plane was taking off from an intersecting runway. Their paths crossed.
Go around and turn 10 degrees. What the heck?
To somehow fathom that we could go into the holiday season still in a government shutdown, I can't even begin to predict what the impacts will be across this country. 3-hour TSA wait lines will be the least of our worries. We will see a system that has so many issues inside of it that we'll do everything we can and be the professionals that show up and try to move the aircraft across the airspace. But at the same time, we can't make the impossible possible if it's just going to be putting us in an impossible situation.
And then also even this whole thing with AI and technology, like we see, what's her name? Her name is Zania. She's now an artist that can get Grammys and stuff like this.
AI is officially hitting the music charts. Billboard says Zanaya Monet is the first known AI artist to earn enough radio play to debut on a Billboard chart. Her songs have now appeared on multiple lists, and she's landed a multi-million-dollar record deal.
A lot of people started reaching out, and
But Nikki, they thought Zanaya was a real person.
Zanaya is an extension of me, so I look at her as a real person.
But you can't sing. So she's not a real, in that sense, she's not a real person. What do you say to people that say she may be an extension of you, but other singers who are actually, have worked hard, who have practiced their craft, who are really struggling to get heard, who are really doing the actual singing, that you seem to have circumvented, taken a shortcut through all of that?
I wouldn't call it a shortcut because I still put in the work. And anytime something new comes about and it challenges the norm and challenges what we're used to, you're going to get strong reactions behind it. And I just feel like AI is the new era that we're in.
They're pushing this artificial, which led me to believe that robots, like plastic surgery was pushed so much because they was training us to accept robotic people, AI as people. And even though they look plastic, everyone looks so plastic now, you can't tell the difference if they're a robot or if they're real human, right? I believe that's why plastic surgery was one of the things. I know I could do a whole history on plastic surgery, which I probably will do in this video. But yes, a lot of it was during the war, putting pieces of people back together, etc. But over time, the injections, the fillers, everyone looks so plastic and fake. You can't tell what's AI. Because when I look at Zania, this AI woman, like even the creator of Zania, I'm like, is she a real human? Is she look AI? But then I'm like, a lot of AI look like just people with plastic surgery. A lot of people with plastic surgery look artificially like artificial intelligence. They look robotic. They look fake and plastic. So a lot of these celebrities, they're when you say clone, the devil can't recreate a human being. He can't create life because it's the breath that gives human life, flesh and bones. So they can't create that. You can't clone a human. That's the breath of God. That's impossible. But they can create artificial intelligence to act and behave as human. And then you will think it's still the same Kanye. Just joking. It's still the same this person because they just had plastic surgery. They just got veneers. They just got this. They just nope. The whole time it's a robot. And you're like, man, the stuff they're pushing, the stuff they're saying, it make no sense. They introduce you to a person. That person is gone and taken out of here, and they replace them with the artificial intelligence version of themselves. That's just a thought. Comment below what you think about that. Like I said, this is a FaceTime chat. We just talking here. So it's just supposed to be a fun little chat, okay? But that's just a thought. But that's my thought with plastic surgery because everybody looks so fake now. And I don't know about the whole reptilian thing and stuff like that. They're just fallen angels. They're just fallen angels. But the theories of like reptilians and this and that is just to uh, you know, hide from the truth. Because the enemy knows if you know the truth, if you know about his real nature, and if you know about the influence of fallen angels on the world and just these demons and how they create havoc, you listen. Now, when people come talk to me, I look at everyone like you could not be real. Even people that infiltrate your life. There's people that I've become friends with, and in a short time, everything will go upside down in my life until I go back to praying and fasting and God revealed, cut that person off. I don't know where they came from, whether they're, because if you are a vessel, just like I'm a vessel for Yahweh, and he uses me, it fills me up with his spirit, and I can do these videos for you guys. He uses my mouth. I pray before every video. I ask him what to talk about. If he gives me nothing to talk about, y'all won't get a video because I don't want to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm a vessel. He's using me. I'm a tool. There's people also that are vessels to these deities, to these fallen angels. And so therefore, it's that fallen angel engaging with you. That's why the Father says we fight not against spirits. We fight not against flesh, but against spirits and principalities. A person's coming to talk to you, they're being used. That's who you're fighting against. The spirit that's within them, that manifested, that's whispering in their ear. That's who you're contending against. The spirit of lust, the person who comes to try to entice you into sexual sin. That's who's using them to try to, stop you from your blessing and pull you away from God. We got to really think like that. We really fight against spirits, personalities. My desire for the West is to wake up. I see that it's happening. People are reading more, researching, wanting to know the true name of God. Learn about Hellenization. Learn about Hellenization. Please, please go learn about how even this Christian faith was infiltrated. That's not what we think it is. Go learn about these things. Learn the true name of God, the Father. Learn about the way, the true way, the biblical way. Pray about and have discernment. If you want to read one of the apocryphal books, I recommend starting with Enoch, the book of Enoch. Okay? And ask and pray and seek. Seek. There's a lot. I'm like, oh, when I learn something new, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to share. And God be like, no, that's for you. Some stuff is for me. Because he's like, those who seek me diligently will learn. I reveal myself to those who diligently seek me. And that's for you. If there's some things the people will want to know, they have to diligently seek me to understand, to know. Because Karine, you go do a video about it, I promise you, you'll just get dragged through the comments. Because I didn't open their eyes to see it. It's not for them. They're blinded. And there's many verses I'm posting on screen that shows you guys that he blinds us and puts spiritual scales on our eyes. When we're not seeking, we don't want to learn. And even the very information that we have, the little bit we have now, if we're not earnestly seeking him and we're practicing sin, he takes even that away. So we have to be diligent in seeking him, reading his word. You seek him by reading his word, praying, fasting. But praying and fasting is not enough. I always say that. Some people, all they do is pray and fast. They never open the word. The word is priority. The word is priority. If you don't read the word, you could fast day and night. You don't know God. God will always push you back to go read the word. So read your word. Above all, get to know him. Not philosophizing him. I don't even know if that's a real word. But, not falling into philosophies and trying to explain him in a way, men like Greek scholars, but really just knowing how to obey him, how to love him. Learn how to love him and how to obey. And he will reveal himself to you. He will reveal himself to you, his nature, the plans he has for you for this kingdom that's coming. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited to read the comments. I know some of you guys are going to call me a nut job, but leave a white heart in the comments if you're like, Karine, I'm with you, sis. You are spot on. You are spot on. And of course, this video is a little more controversial, so I'll wrap it up with a little commercial break. I love you guys. I just want to say a huge thank you to all the supporters that have sent Cash Apps and PayPal. I've seen it all. And I just want to say thank you to you guys who understand why a lot of creators are pushing away from Super Thanks and going towards PayPal and Cash App because of how YouTube is doing us behind the scenes with it. I appreciate it, though I cannot send everyone a personal message or personally say thank you. I want to end every video by saying thank you because it really helps to push out content unfiltered to you guys. May the Lord reward you tenfold.